Hello ladies, and welcome back to my channel. For anyone who is new, my name is Olivia, and in today's video I will be wrapping for you the hijab styles I wore last week for days 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the hashtag hijab 30 challenge. Now, I am going to be doing all 4 in this video. It's just make it a little bit more streamlined, and then hopefully I will be wrapping today's wrap, and from now on filming every day that I wrap for this challenge. Now, the little things I forgot to mention when I started this challenge, and I posted about it on my pages, my social media pages. I don't wrap on Saturdays, and I don't film at all. I don't do any work on Saturdays. So Saturdays are an off day, and then if I'm really super busy on Sunday, I don't wrap because I'm in the house and it's not necessary to wrap in my house. So I missed days 5 and day 6 this week, and then I will probably miss Saturday and Sunday of this coming week as well. So it's just a heads up. You're not missing any tutorials. It's just those days I'm not going to be wrapping. Now, I will also say that I don't create all of these. Sometimes I watch a lot of videos on when I'm learning a new style. Like, hijab is not something I wear every day. It's something new-ish to me. I have worn them in the past for looks, but it's not something that I think I'm competent enough to start coming up with my own crazy fun things like I do with meticals. I think it's more appropriate to take existing styles and then put a slight spin on them to make them more me, fit my facial features better. Like day 4, I did something a little bit more fun with the twisting, but it's still in keeping with the hijab that I've seen in Pinterest photos and other things. I don't want to be disrespectful. So I'm going to be going over days 1 through 4. So I should probably get started. Now, when I wrapped these days, I wore caps. I didn't know about the big bulge in the back of my normal shapers. I didn't know how that would go over with the styles. So I put the shapers away for a while, and I'm just using the Lowbun caps. This is kind of a throwback cap. I do make these, but for anyone who doesn't know, I do make these, but it's a throwback cap to one that my grandmother purchased for me, and maybe in one of the other videos I'll pull it out. She actually got me 2, one in white and one in a wine burgundy color. I took the white one apart because it was a total disaster. It was very old. I have had these things since the I'm going to say 94, I think it was 1994, somewhere in that area. I think I was a freshman in high school. So they came from a friend of hers who went to Saudi Arabia, and she brought them back along with some really beautiful clothes. Well, of course, I don't have the clothes any longer because clothes wear out, but I do still have the caps, and they're part of the collection that I love of things from my childhood. So when I wanted to wear them again, when I started really covering every day, I wanted to have a cap to put on my head in this style, and I could not find them anywhere. I searched everywhere for these caps, and I decided, okay, I have skills. I will just remake them, not thinking that anybody would be interested in them. I mean, they're beautiful. I think they're beautiful, but I didn't know. But the whole thing turned into me making these beautiful caps and selling them on my Etsy shop. Now, I'll turn around so you can get a good look at this. It's something I'm pretty proud of. This pretty cap. It's got all the beading here and the little dangly bits. I like that I can wear this by itself, or I could put a scarf around it and make it really beautiful. Okay, now that I've gone into that, because Okay, I'm wearing one in this nice dusty pink color. I will be switching this to the burgundy one. This is the original one that I made myself based on the actual pattern of the cap from the original cap, the pattern from the original cap. This is the first one I made. Okay, and then after that one, I will be switching into a black version of this cap for the other wrap. So, okay. Now, for this first style, I am wearing this really beautiful color dress. The day I wore this, I wore a jacket over top, a nice linen long jacket in this nice camel color. I'm not going to be putting it on because it's sweltering in the filming room today. That's why little baby boy Luna is up here. And Micah is downstairs in front of the window where all the breeze is blowing in. Luna he loves it up here when it's warm. But I'm not going to put that on because, oh my goodness, it would be too hot. But the scarf I wore is this extremely beautiful scarf that I picked up on AliExpress. It is a perfect, or darn near perfect match for what I'm wearing. That was the reason I picked it up. So to match this. Now it has these really beautiful half pearls and these kind of like gems, but they're a silvery, shiny, and they're glued on. So this scarf will probably last a couple of years, and the beads will fall off and it'll be done. But it's a nice bubble chiffon, and I'm thinking it's gonna, it's a nice fabric. So even when these bead things, these little things fall off, I'm thinking a good washing and any glue will come out. We'll see. Now, thinking of that, I do not wash these in the washing machine and all. I hand wash these because I'm afraid that the little decorations will come off if I wash them in the washing machine. So it's just a if you're interested in picking them up, or if you do pick them up, hand washing is recommended. Okay. Now, when I put this on, so I'm going to get started because I've already talked for 7 minutes. Okay. I'm going to put this on just like so, but I want one really long end and one really short end. Okay. Now this is almost. All right. I'm going to get it up to this point. I like that. I'm going to fold over the edges because I don't like that hemmed edge very much. Okay. Now when I did this, my face looks better with angles. So I decided I was going to try a trick that I saw on a video. I was going to give this a little fold backwards, kind of like this. Let's see if I can get it in the proper place so I can show you. Okay, so a little bit more of an angle here, but you get the point where I'm going to fold this over. Now, this was a little bit harder. This part is the hardest part for me, getting this part folded under and then bringing up and over. Okay. Okay. All right, now I'm going to be taking some pins. Forgot to mention supplies. We've got these pins. I don't have the ones that are all small and plain up here, but I figured these guys would be good. I'm just working this in and out. And the pins, I think I used about 4. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to continue the fold over in the front. There went a pin. There went a bead from the scarf. Okay, so I have that folded. I'm going to take this guy, I have him folded. I'm going to bring it around the back. I'm going to pinch it in the back. If you have hijab magnets, they're the best for it. Take this guy here. I have a safety pin, and I'm going to just pin this underneath so that it's not seen. Okay. Okay, just like that. It's not super tight. I'm going to adjust this piece here because I don't like the way that looks. Okay, there. That gives it that nice angled look. All right, I'm going to bring the long piece over. Now, the fun part with this, I think, is getting the drape to lay the way you'd like it. Now, I'm going to bring this up a little bit, just to give that really pretty piece drape, because that's what it wants to do right now. It wants to drape. And again, I'm going to do that just like this. Now, each scarf is different, so pay attention to what your scarf wants to do. Don't fight it. I think that's the best advice I can give you. Do not fight your scarf. You're not going to win. It's just not going to happen. All right, now I'm taking this long piece, I'm bringing it around, I'm bringing it up and over, and then I'm going to just let it fall on. Now, I see this piece right here is awkward, so that's what I'm going to want to cover when I bring this around. And I'm leaving this a little bit loose around my face. This I want to bring up. And I will adjust this draping in a moment. Now I'm going to take, because this will drive me crazy, I'm going to take another one of those really nifty pins. This time I have one that's got a smaller head on it. And I'm just going to pin. Now there are really, really beautiful bridal type straight pins. And I call them bridal pins because they're in the bridal section. They're for corsages and other kinds of bridal stuff, but they come anywhere from, let's say, 1/2 inch all the way up to the really big ones that are definitely for corsages. So getting the smaller pins helps out too, because you don't have so much to weave in and out, and they're just easier to hide. So I'm going to bring this down, adjusting this. Now this one, let's see if I have it. This one I wore with my wish flower because it's just so beautiful and springy. This is my go-to pin lately. So I'm going to see a lot of this one during this challenge. Now I pulled just a little bit to make sure it held down that one spot. And then I just stuck it in, being careful not to stab myself in the head. Okay. All right, so this is pretty much it. And I played with the draping just to get it really, really, really pretty and attractive, just like this. And that's it. Okay, this is day one's look. And for day two, I decided to do a Turkish style that I saw on a video from Hot Hijab. I will try to find the inspiration tutorial and link it below. I think I'll do some looking in my viewing history, and I will link that one below because her videos are fantastic. So this is, like I said, the black cap, with the beads on the back. For as far as the scarf, I'm using this beautiful Russian square scarf. And this one came from a wonderful lady. I absolutely adore her. I was talking in one of the wrap groups about these very, very large square Russian scarves and Ukrainian scarves. I had found one ginormous one really, really huge one in a secondhand shop. So I was like, oh my gosh, where do I get these? I'd really love to have more of these, because I was only finding tiny scarves, little bandana sized scarves. And when I was looking, and she said to me that in a message that there was a farmer's market, I believe, and there was a nice lady who sells them in the summertime. And I was able to get from her some beautiful, beautiful Russian scarves. And I'm like super, super grateful to her for getting these for me. But I decided it would be perfect for the second day's look. I was going to take my father-in-law to the doctor's, and I didn't want something that was so flowy and drapey in case he needed assistance getting out of the car. It would have been awkward having it fall in his face, or him grabbing hold of my shoulder or my arm and pulling on the scarf. So I thought this would be perfect. Now I'm going to stop talking about all that and move on to how I've done this. Okay, I folded over about so much of the scarf, folded down that end. And you can see here's what I have left over on each side. I've done it equally. So in case you don't know how to do this, hold the square up, diamond shaped, and then fold in the amount you want to fold in. Okay. Now I put this on off center because you can do the different look with having it centered. Off center, like so. This cap is very grabby. Okay. Okay, and I brought the two pieces under. Bring this one forward. And in the center of, right like this, I take the pin, or if you have magnets, you're way ahead of me. I am pinning underneath. Just like so. Okay. Okay. It looks super tight, but it's actually not. It's not actually really tight. Now this scarf is magic. You can't see it right this minute, but it gives me this great shape. It's like I don't want to say a ledge, but it gives me this great shape around my face. And my face looks like an Easter egg, or an egg. It's egg shaped at this point. It's kind of funny. Now I'm grabbing all of this, bringing it around and around and around, so that this piece is in the front. It's no longer down my back. It's just right in front. I'm taking this, I'm bringing it all the way around underneath of the bun. You can see in the back, just like so. Bringing it around. Now, I could pin it. I could tie it here, but I didn't that day. I tucked this guy underneath. I kept this flounced. I took this guy. I can bring it around the front and tuck it in here, just like so. I could bring it around and bring it under. And instead of tying on top, I can tie underneath or pin it underneath. I'm not going to tie a double bow here, a double knot, but this is what I wore. because I liked the idea. I originally had it pulled around and tucked in from the top, but I found that I was constantly pulling it out and it was making a mess of the styling. So I brought that piece around and hid underneath the little tie. But this, with a jacket on top, ended up being my look. I have this great knee-length suit jacket. It's houndstooth, black and white houndstooth. It's very big, it's very comfy. And I wore that with a pair of jeans and a nifty top, a black turtleneck. Now, before you go saying, oh my gosh, there's got to be better solutions to modest wear, the turtleneck is very, very thin. It's very, very lightweight. I call it a summer weight turtleneck. So it's very, very thin and breathable. So it's not very hot. So, okay. Now that was day 2. For day 3, I'm going to be attempting this. This scarf is in timeout. This scarf is in timeout. This scarf has been in timeout since last night. One of these scarves that I used for day 3 because it drove me crazy. So I'm hoping that it can redeem itself for today, for recreating that style. Now, for this one, I'm just going to leave the black cap on because I'm going to be using this scarf here to go over it. Folding at an angle, going underneath the bun. It does not matter if I cover, excuse me, my nose itches. It does not matter if I cover the beading or not. I don't have to, because the second scarf will be going over the top. Now I'm going to be bringing this one back over, like so, just to give me a little bit of an angle. Okay, where's this? Okay, there's this. Tucking in the fringes. And I'm going to bring this one up and over the same as I did before. Okay, all the fringes are going to end up in the same spot. Cool. All right, so this is what I have so far. Okay. I'm going to fix this because that's going to be bothering me. Okay, fixing this. Okay. Now, this is the timeout scarf. This one has been in timeout for a while, so at least 12 hours. But let's see. Let's see if we can get her to do what she needs to do. All right. I'm folding over just a small amount, just because I don't want to have those fringes showing, because this petalsoft has the fringes and I just want a nice clean look. Again, doing the same thing. Put it on my head. Okay. All right. Doing the same thing as I did with the first, doing a really, really long side. Now I believe I did it opposite with this one. If I didn't, it's still the same principle, just in reverse. Okay. I've got this guy here under my chin. And I'm going to be pinning under my chin. The first time I did this look was way back in 2019, I believe. This is one that I did recycle from my Game of Thrones fun. I was leading up to the final season premiere. I did a whole series of Game of Thrones looks. And this one I did for the Lady Melisandre. So, the Red Priestess. Okay, so got this, and I just spread it around like so. Give it a good shape, and okay, now I'm having an issue with this. I'm just going to take it off. It's not, for me, it's not necessary. I wear turtlenecks, so I don't need to always pin it, but I think I grabbed the bigger pin when I should have grabbed something that was smaller. All right, so this is still awesome. I'm gonna reach underneath, give it a good pull. It's also good for if you hate to have that stuff around your neck, if this bothers you, having this really tight here, this helps too. Just like this. Now I don't remember, I'm gonna pull this up. I forgot to look to see my accessory. So bear with me for 1 second. Okay, I wore a pin. Let's see. It was a Wrapunzel pin that has, oh, there it is. I wore this guy with a nice daisy on it. Okay. Now this was a little bit more at an angle, back this way. But this is the same fun wrap I wore. Just do a little pin here. Okay. I'm gonna stab myself. It's okay. All right. And there you have it. Looking at the picture, it is hanging a little awkwardly in there, so that's okay. So if it hangs a little weird, it's still all good. I can tuck this piece underneath. How beautiful. The scarf drapes well when it behaves, so it might be coming out of timeout. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so for this look, I'm wearing the wine cap with beads. This one's a little edgier with the spiky beads. And I'm going to be wrapping the one with the twist. Okay, now this one is one that I use with I have a piece for a face mask. So a face covering, but I'm going to take this dusty rose colored Tuff 2-in-1. I'm going to fold over the front edge just a little bit, and I'm going to put it on straight across, just like this. Okay. Slightly off center. So when I tie the knot, I'm not going to tie it back here. I'm going to tie it more to the side. I did a video last year. There was a request for a tutorial for Kingdom of Heaven, I think it is. It's a movie. Someone asked me to recreate a couple of the looks from that movie, and I did. And this is one of the cool things that I discovered when I was trying to do that. Okay, so it's just long enough for it too. It's actually quite long. Let's see, how are you? Okay, you're long enough. All right, so when I tie this knot, it's over here, more towards the ear. It does not go on top of the ear. a little bit behind the ear. So right about here, here's my ear, and it goes right here. So I tie the knot so that it hits right here. I find that that's way more comfortable than doing it on top of the ear. I think I did it on my ear when I first tried this style, and after a while, it kind of puts a lot of pressure on the ear. So I migrated the knot backwards a little bit on my head. Okay, so when I tie this knot, I want this piece that's going to be brought across my face to come out on top. And what I mean is I'm going to try to do this the best I can to show you. Okay, so I've got a couple of wispies coming out. Okay, got this coming around. This part comes down, just like this, and it's the piece that comes across to the other side. I hope you can see that. It's like so. So I have this piece coming out on top, so I can just do this. Okay. Okay. Now, when I put my cap on, I missed a few hairs. So I'm going to stuff those in real quick because I'm tying them into the knot, and that's uncomfortable. So I'm going to do that again to make it easier. Okay, swing this back around. I don't normally have this issue. I don't know why I missed a whole huge piece of hair hanging down the back. Okay, so got this. Covering up. Just to make sure. I left a little bit out, so here. I just scrolled up and I left a little bit of this out, so that's fine. Okay, probably did that because I was having a hard time with tying that knot and keeping this whole this whole cap covered. Keep it from being shown, keep it from showing. Okay, so here's my ear. The knot's behind my ear. It's a little bit lower than normal, but it'll work. You can see. Again, I'm not fighting the scarf. I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to fold him in, bring him up and around, doing my best to tuck in all the edges, the fringes, bringing it around the back. And I'm going to find the pocket and tuck these fringes in. Okay. So this is the first part. Now I'm going to do this because we keep it free. All right, now for this one, I'm going to fold over. This is the Cloudburst scarf from Wrapunzel. It's a really kind of cool ombre effect scarf. It's not two-tone, it's more like three-tone because of the color blending in the middle. This one is just to make sure I get the color correct, this was the plum. Now I held off getting another one of these because I wanted two of them. I wanted the peach one and I wanted this plum one. I held off getting the peach one until I figured out that whether I really loved this texture scarf or not. And to tell you the truth, I do. So I ordered it in the peach as well. Hopefully I'm gonna be getting that soon. I'm excited. Okay, now I'm tying this with one short end, one long end, and I want the short end long enough to twist, come up and be pinned right here. So I'm going to show you. Put it on. This one is a no knot kind of wrap. I'm putting it on at an angle, so it's the opposite angle. Okay, so when I do this, just to make sure, gathering up the back, this one's a little too long. Okay, I'm going to be, okay, I put it on at an angle. All right, gathering it up in the back. Now I'm going to be holding, this one is really, really long on this side. So I'm going to hold it between my knees to give it a little bit of pressure, little tension, that's the word. So it doesn't get pulled off. I'm going to be twisting this guy forward, just like this. So you get to see the 2-tone, 3-tone effect of the scarf, the ombre effect, all the way down. Now you see these come back just a little bit. I'm going to be folding those inside as I spin. That way I don't get those edges, and I can spin this or twist this to be longer than I would otherwise. Okay. The twist doesn't have to be so perfect, but the prettier it is, the prettier the wrap. Okay, so when I get it to here, it's got a nice flat piece right here. I'm going to take one of these nifty pins. Again, if you've got great magnets, you could totally put the magnets right here and those would hold and it would be great. Okay, just like this. All right, now bringing this guy around the back to this side. Now you might be thinking this is a hot mess, and it kind of is right this second, but when I take this guy and start to twist him, it gets rid of the ugliness there. Again, I'm twisting it towards the front. Twisting it towards the front. And I don't need to twist it all the way down for this particular side, because I'm going to be bringing it around the back and pulling it through so I have tails on this side. And you don't have to twist it so tightly. You could twist it a little bit looser, but I'm putting it behind, bringing it around. Again, I don't need to twist it behind my head because I'm going to reach through, find the pocket, reach through, grab these guys, and I have a ready-made nifty tail, sort of hides any ugliness if there is any on this side. And there you have it. And this piece can be worn around the neck like so. It could be draped like this. You might want to do it with the shorter side up like so. This is kind of cool. But I normally, and I don't have a filter up here, but if I'm going to the store and I don't feel like wearing the traditional mask, or if I'm going to a place that's not heavily crowded, I tend to go to the store when it's not so crowded, like oddball hours, or if I'm not going to a doctor's office or a hospital setting. Those are the best mask possible underneath of any or just covering my face. That's the way I go with that. But if I'm just running up to the Giant or to the Wegmans, or running to grab a pair of shoes or something where there's not a ton of people in store, I take my scarf, I place in one of the activated charcoal filters that I got to go inside of my cloth masks. And I roll it inside. I do have a video for that, I believe. I'm not sure which one it is, but let's see. All right, we're going to pretend that this is it. I'm going to put it in like so, fold over. Now bear in mind, you won't have sharp corners on the mask filter, and I'm just rolling it over once and placing it on my head. Now, placing it on my face. Now, when I do this, I have to make sure I'm placing the filter properly so that it covers my mouth and my nose. So to do that, it's trial and error for that part. So here, a little bit further out, and we will have it. Okay. Much easier when you're not using an index card. So it's just like this. And then I tuck this tail in. You can tuck this piece up here, or you can pin it. Index card makes it hard. Okay, just like so. And that's what I did for the face covering, just like this. So, okay. But for the rest of the time, I had it like this until dinner time when I was cooking, because you don't want to catch yourself on fire. I twisted myself like this, and I had an extra piece up top like so. It's not super pretty on this side when I do it this way, but it's much safer when I'm cooking. Then I just brought it down when I was finished, unraveled it, and went about my business. So, all right, this one was the 4th day. I do like this one. Now, I did receive in my order this nifty, it's the Maypole Dance. I haven't put it on yet. The Maypole Dance headband from Wrapunzel. And I totally think that I'm going to work in a way to wear this with this style. I think it's going to be really, really super nifty, just to have an extra fun, you know, the next time I wear this, because that's not it right there. But I think the coloring is really, really pretty. Andre is wearing these two this scarf and this headband together in the promo shot for the new line, and I'm like, yes, it's gorgeous. But so I had to get this. Now I will say, I found this headband in a peach. I'm going to, when I get it in my hands, I'm not going to recommend where I got it until I get it in my hands and it's the same quality as this. So because this one is rather lovely, it's put together really well, and there's no missing pieces. So that's really, really important. So when I get it in my hands and it's absolutely perfect like this one, I will tell you about that, and I'll wrap when I wrap with it. So, okay. Now I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to go and change into today's ensemble, because I'm not wearing this one. This is just for the video. I'm going to be wearing yellow. I'm going to be wearing yellow today. I had to have this. Yellow is my absolute favorite color. So when I saw this scarf on the Wrapunzel page, I had to have it in the yellow. It comes in 2 colors, but this one is, in my opinion, far superior to the other one, because again, it's yellow. It's too pretty. So I'm going to go and I will be right back and finish up the video. Okay, I'm back. Now, with today's outfit, I am channeling well, I'm just going to say channeling my good friend Frida Hannah, who wears excellent dresses with beautiful, beautiful aprons over top of them. So today I am wearing my really fun sage green dress with a yellow It's supposed to be a sundress, but I'm using it as an apron. It's kind of cool. Or an overdress. It's rather beautiful. It's a nice, pretty yellow color, and it goes. I think it looks pretty. It's going to look really pretty with this scarf. So I put on my sage green cap, gold beading. I thought gold would go with sage. So, okay. So I've got that on. And then I'm going to, I didn't know if I wanted a second scarf in this. I think I will not put you on hold. I'll just get up and get one. That way you can get a more look at the bottom half. So this is my ensemble for today. It's really just kind of it's kind of bright. So I'm going to step over here, and I think I'm going to grab this scarf. I think this one will be really pretty. Either this one or this one. Okay. So we get back in here and sit down and stop being fluorescent. Okay, so my choices are this green color. I don't have a green this color, so I might just go with this gold color. I think that would be really pretty as a second color. Okay, I must get back. You can see sort of the detailing that's across the top here. Sort of. It's really bright. So there's some cute detailing right across here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this one on first, and I'm going to leave a nice tail. Okay. Why don't I do it so it's not hard? I'm going to fold over this portion. I'm going to leave a good bit of the green out. I'm going to crisscross in the back under the bun. No knot. I think that's really cool. Okay, so I have the gold, cream gold. This is cream gold, Shiny-licious on my head. And then I've got this guy. I'm going to fold over just a bit. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. I'm gathering up in the back. I'm crisscrossing. No knots. Okay. This may change because I can already see that this is going to bother me. What I was thinking of doing was having this come across like so, but I'm going to need a different shaper for that. Okay, so I'm going to do something different. Okay. All right. How did that become the same size again? Ugh. I even moved it. That's funny. Okay, take this off for a second. adjust. Okay. And change my mind. Put that over there. Okay. Going to fold. And I'm just going to do simple. Keep it simple, silly. Okay. Cross underneath. It's really hard to, no. This one is, my goodness, this video is really long and I apologize, but I must get it correct. Okay, this is based on, this one is going to be based on one I saw a long time ago, and I'm not quite sure where it was from. I'm sure it will be, if it works out, this is going to be, I saw this a while ago. And I thought it was really pretty. Why am I fluorescent? Part of the, yikes. Okay. And going to tuck this in. So if you've seen something like this and you know who did it, I did not save this one at all. I typically do, but I think that was a time when I was watching a ton of videos and I didn't for some reason save it. So that's just, this piece just hangs, or it could be brought around like so. It's really kind of cool. Okay. Sit back so maybe I will stop glowing. Oh my gosh. The sun is in the weirdest position right now. Okay, I'm going to put a pin back here just to make it stay back. Okay. But thinking this is rather fun. And I can fix this to show more green. I think that would be interesting. Just a little swatch of green all the way around, in keeping with my ensemble. I could probably make this look a little bit neater here by either just putting a pin here or doing a better job tucking. I think that's really pretty. All right. Now I'm going to attempt to show you the full ensemble. So when I go completely glowing, I apologize. That's happening a lot with this lovely, lovely lighting and the light colors. This is the ensemble for today. Like I said, this piece is not to everyone's taste, having it so long. I can totally do this so that I have pockets, so that I have more coverage on my chest and it's not hanging down to my upper thighs. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that I did a decent job. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next tutorial.